Let's turn to business news, and Ari Rabinovich joins us now. Happy Friday, Ari. We've almost made it.
We're almost there, Cynthia.
Almost
Looks
there.
like it's a nice one, too, ahead of us.
Yes, definitely. Okay, we'll start with some tobacco giants, and they are about to pay a huge sum. This is years in the making.
Absolutely. So it's definitely a win for the healthcare networks across Canada, as well as taxpayers in general. So the essential sum of it, a big sum at that, is $32.5 billion with a B that three large tobacco companies are set to pay up. And that's after a landmark legal battle that dates back almost a decade, and it concluded that not enough warning was given to customers about the dangers of using their products. The names paying up include JTI McDonald, Rothmans, Benson and Hedges, and Imperial Tobacco Canada. The money will be divided among the 10 provinces and 3 territories, which sought to recoup health care costs, and tens of thousands of individuals involved in the legal case could also receive up to $60,000 apiece. And Cynthia, just some quick data here that shows over the past decade or so, about 50,000 Canadians die every year from tobacco use, and taxpayers were on the hook for an estimated $6.5 billion annually for direct health care costs relating to using tobacco products, including, of course, smoking.
Those are big numbers. Okay, now one more thing for Boeing to be concerned about, aside from the ongoing strike, Ari.
So it looks like basically a little more oversight, and that could mean more delays for Boeing if they want to get some jets out of their factories. Of course, like you mentioned with the strike, that's already a problem because machinists, tens of thousands of them, are still off the job. So this is right now coming from the Federal Aviation Administration in the U.S. opening up a 3-month safety assessment at the company. Will probe issues like risk assessment quality, resource allocation, and adherence to regulatory requirements. The agency says it plans regular reviews of the jet maker, but the timing is interesting, Cynthia, because about a week ago, the Transportation Department's Inspector General was openly critical at the FAA's oversight of Boeing. So it's just more scrutiny for the jet maker and likely going to impact its bottom line as well.
Okay, lots ahead for that company. Now, Ari, many of us, even our kids, and I might be guilty of this every now and then myself, spend lots of time scrolling Instagram, and Meta is now facing a court challenge in the U.S. over that.
It can be hard to put the phone down sometimes, Cynthia. I'm like that as well a lot of the times, and we're not alone, you know, because it does seem like it's almost designed that way, and that's exactly what U.S. courts are accusing Meta platforms of doing. Meta, of course, is the name behind Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Threads, and others. And so this is in Massachusetts, a lawsuit alleging Instagram designed to addict young users and deceive the public has been cleared to proceed. And this is after a judge rejected Meta platforms' bid to dismiss the case, so it is continuing forward, and including Massachusetts. It's actually 30 states that have similar cases brought against the parent company of those names, and most of them are going through federal courts. Massachusetts wanted to do it through the state level, so it just means basically that Meta tried, but they're not going to avoid this one. Likely going to bring the hammer down on Meta in the near future.
This is going to be fascinating to watch unfolding in the courts, Ari, and massive implications here.
It could be a big fine that comes its way, too, or maybe even force their hand to change the design, hopefully.
All right, Ari. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.
You as well.
Thanks, Ari.